can't have everything you want. Paula and Jerome, former queen and king of the Crestview High School prom, get married and lose control of their finances. Just when things couldn't get more difficult, Paula gets pregnant. Jerome loses his job, and soon their dream life becomes a nightmare. Their problem is simple. They are unwilling to face the consequences of scarcity and search for alternative ways to meet their wants. Meet Paula. She graduated from high school 12 months ago. Star athletes, good grades, good friends. Paula and Jerome had it all. People throughout school said the same thing. They're made for each other. At grad night, they sat and talked for hours, planning their life together now that school was finished. They'd get married and put off college for a while, working to save money. Jerome agreed that his football scholarship to the local community college could wait, as could children. There would be plenty of time for a family after college and good jobs. The wedding was wonderful and a little expensive because Paula and Jerome didn't want to leave any of their friends out. Besides, it was the party of the year. It was worth it, right? The happy couple put $3,750 on their new credit cards to help out their parents, who agreed to pay $12,000 for a wedding. Their new place was sweet. They looked at one-bedroom apartments, but a two-bedroom, two-bath meant they could have friends sleep over, and they wouldn't fight over the bathroom in the mornings. They were both working, so the extra $400 every month wasn't a big deal. Jerome's mom always mumbled that her son's new furniture looked better than anything she had at home. Paula knew it was expensive, but it was smarter to buy the good stuff now, wasn't it? Besides, it was on credit, and they could afford the monthly payments. Paula and Jerome noticed that lunches and dinners weren't cheap. They talked about bringing lunch from their home, but they agreed that since their jobs weren't very exciting, they deserved something exciting in their day. Plus, bringing a bag lunch was a good way to look like a real loser. Dinners were also tough. By the time they got home, they were too tired to make anything, so calling for a pizza or getting drive-through burgers made more sense. On the weekends, there wasn't any food in the house, so they had to go out. Besides, they really didn't have the money to do a big shopping trip, and the grocery store was pretty dreary on a Saturday afternoon. You know what was really shocking? Getting that first paycheck. Paula's yearly salary was about $25,000. That's a little more than $900 every 2 weeks. Jerome made about the same amount of money as a line worker at a factory. But their paychecks weren't even close to that. There were all kinds of deductions, taxes, Medicare, and something called SDI. Paula's boss explained that SDI is State Disability Insurance. He laughed and said that all of these deductions were normal. "Welcome to the working world," he said. Gas was also getting to be a concern. Jerome had an 80-mile round-trip commute, and his truck only got 14 miles to the gallon. He tried carpooling, but Bill, the guy he shared the drive with, was a jerk. He smoked, wanted to leave 15 minutes before Jerome was ready in the morning, and always wanted to hang out after work. Paula didn't mind taking the bus to work, but she wished Jerome would reconsider carpooling. Jerome paid $600 to his parents every month for the truck, which was a little steep, but it was definitely better than riding with Bill. Plus, he'd have it paid off in 3 years. They couldn't get along without a car. The new couple's first utility bill was a surprise, too. $170 seemed really high, but they had to keep the apartment cool for Paula's cat. Jerome suggested giving the cat away, but Paula didn't want to hear it. "Marry me, marry my cat," she had told him from the beginning. It wasn't up for discussion. Jerome had a minor fender bender in the parking lot at work, but because he had 2 previous traffic tickets, they canceled his policy. After some shopping, they found an insurance company who would take them on assigned risk. They breathed a sigh of relief until they saw the bill. Almost $3,200 a year. There was no way they could afford it, so they decided to go without car insurance and just drive really carefully. The decision to go without insurance seemed good at the time, until Jerome fell asleep after pulling a long shift at work. He hit another car, totaled his truck, and spent the night in jail. A few weeks later, Paula opened a letter from an attorney. Jerome was being sued for damages. Now Jerome was forced to ride with Bill, who charged him $50 each week for the pleasure of carpooling. But Bill wasn't exactly Mr. Reliable. He was usually late, and some days he didn't show up at all. When that happened, Jerome had to call his supervisor and tell him he couldn't come to work. He really didn't have any alternatives. He depended on Bill. Paula didn't feel well. She didn't know how it happened, but it did. She was pregnant. Now she was throwing up all the time and yelled at Jerome constantly. He sat around watching TV on the days he didn't go to work, and it made her angry. When she bought cute maternity clothes or had her hair done, he grumbled about the money. But she had to do something to feel better. "Jerome," she'd yell, "I'm sick and tired of feeling huge and gross." Anyway, it was her money, or her credit card. He didn't have any right to complain after spending $120 on shoes last month. After 6 months, Paula quit her job. She just couldn't be on her feet all day, which her job required. It would be tough to survive on only one paycheck, but it would only be for 3 months. Because of his transportation situation, Jerome was only working 2 or 3 days a week, which cut his pay even more. So it was no surprise when Jerome got fired. They both saw it coming, but decided there was nothing they could do about it. He could have found another ride earlier in the year, but now, because all the carpool arrangements were set, he was stuck with Bill. His supervisor was nice about it, but she told him she couldn't have an unreliable employee. The perfect dream life together had become a nightmare. Paula and Jerome didn't speak to each other unless they were arguing. They were behind on all their payments and received nasty collection letters and phone calls daily. When their landlord evicted them, Paula moved in with her parents and Jerome went to stay with a friend. They hadn't spoken in a few weeks, and divorce at age 19 seemed imminent. Paula and Jerome were two good people with brains, talent, and opportunity. They loved each other and they were good to their families. What had gone wrong? What had they missed?